Good morning. How's everybody doing? I want to take a quick look at the Probit IEO that's running today quickly. It's the 25th of March. It finishes tomorrow. And if you click through from the main webpage on steemhunt.com, you can see it says live now. And I just want to go to the page because it's already sold the amount out and they're doing another sale that started, the second sale, should I say, started on the 23rd at 4 a.m. And underneath that, you can see the amount of tokens that are being bought, like high volumes of tokens. Like that's why it's being bought out incredibly quickly for 0.2 cents. But the thing I want to highlight today is the imagery that they've put together and why other IEOs that I see are jumping on this bandwagon now of like, oh look, IEOs are the new things instead of ICOs was the big buzz when the bear market was in. People are now looking at IEOs like some kind of quick easy money, and I kind of want to show the work that Tabarus and Project 7 put in on each of these different sites where they list these things. Like this isn't stuff that they've just cobbled together and put together. They've actually spent time optimizing it per site. So, and you can glean a lot from this. I keep on saying about going to the token.steemhunt.com page and having a look at that, but you can see that they've customized it again for the exchange. And I think this clears it up for me, for people who are not very ready, they don't go and read through stuff. If you're a visual person, this just makes a lot more sense, I think. The goal of Hunt platform is to create a decentralized ecosystem by providing dApps and third-party services that enable product makers, so people who make products, to utilize the power of product lovers. So Steem Hunt's been running for like 9 months, maybe 12 months, I don't know the actual time of that. The next thing that's coming along is Review Hunt, which I think is going to be huge, and this is the reason why I'm building Block Review. I'm going to do a separate video on that after this video. But I also think Idea Hunt will be interesting too for people who've bought into this hunt token economy, that you can take an idea that you've always had. Like for instance, I've got a few laser cut ideas for running a laser cut shop, live streaming laser cut shop using certain types of materials, using a bunch of different social platforms to advertise those things and to live stream to go into Steamcasting as a show. So it all kind of fits together nicely. And so for me, owning the hunt tokens is very important because I need a certain amount of hunt tokens to get these things off the ground. So as you scroll down this, if you haven't got hunt tokens yet, which is kind of crazy because you can earn them for free effectively on Steem Hunt still, I want you to consider the roadmap. I've mentioned it before in the other video, but I want you to consider it more because I know a lot of people are going to sell these as soon as they go on the exchange, which is a mistake. If you think that spending a year accruing these tokens to sell them for 0.02 cents is a good idea, then you're kind of missing the point of what the whole roadmap was about. And it's probably the reason why a lot of ICOs and a lot of IEOs are failing, is that people are just thinking quick money. Like, I want you to consider product reviewers and affiliate marketing and brand advocates as it is today. There is probably a handful of brand advocates. So the distribution is top heavy in terms of brands are only talking to the people who've got 2 million followers, right? Okay, that gives them a metric that you can work with. They're going to get a percentage of followers, then a percentage of that are actually going to be interested, and the percentage of that are actually going to buy it. I think this has more longevity in it. If you've got hundreds of people reviewing your product, you've got more SEO across the web, you've got more occurrences of your product being found in YouTube, you've got more voices from different backgrounds, people who've been in the industry for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, just getting into it in the last 12 months. People from different backgrounds, rather than just a handful of people who may not even be interested in that product, but they've been sent it by Sony or Canon and they're going to give it a glowing review because they're first. That doesn't necessarily build in brand loyalty and a good platform for R&D for future projects going forward, because it's kind of apathetic, lazy work. You know, you get into a funk where you just... I remember working for Nokia, we just got into a funk where every month we get sent a new phone. By the time I finished reviewing it, after 2 weeks of having the phone, 2 weeks later I got a brand new phone and had to reset my thinking on everything to do with it. The firmware, the case, do the buttons come off, all these stupid things that you do before they go out and build a gold master of it, which is the final version that people get to buy. So I would implore you to have a look through the Probit site. You can get to it from the front page of steemit.com, steemhunt.com should I say, and also have a look at token.steemhunt.com again. And these two things are very important. Yes, it's great that we're going to go on an exchange, but we haven't even got started yet. Think of it like this: we're 30% into the project, so it'd be stupid to sell those tokens. Yes, you could make a little bit of money, but then what are you going to do with it? Buy more Steem? Buy some like stuff? I would say double down on the hunt tokens and just give it another year, at least another year, and see where it goes to. If for nothing else, even if you don't take the money out of what it is, say for instance, say you got 400,000, 500,000 tokens, maybe 10 grand, $10,000. Think of that $10,000 and how you would feel in a year's time if you build a group of reviewers, global reviewers, and then start working with brands as well, and that comes in as a drip feed every month rather than just a one-time 10 grand deal. That's what you got to think about. You got to think about long term with this, and especially with with Idea Hunt as well. So I think one thing that's going to happen is that people who've been submitting products on Steem Hunt, mods that have seen stuff on Steem Hunt and just frustrated by stuff that's out there that doesn't last, that's, you know, you've seen all the different iterations of it, we're going to end up with a bunch of people, maybe a handful, maybe 10, 15 people who actually build companies on the back of a hunt token, which they can then supply those products to these people who have hunt tokens for reviews and such. And you've already got a pre-existing community of avid product people who are going to be interested in receiving it, reviewing it, testing it, and using it in their day-to-day life, rather than just a scattergun effect of hoping that some tech reviewer picks up your product and reviews it. It's kind of a guaranteed win that you're going to have SEO videos across the web of your product. So I would say anybody who's just accruing tokens to then flip them on the exchange, yes, that's an easy out, but I would give it at least another year before you even touch pulling them out. That's it. That's all I wanted to say today.
Drifting